A lot of people are having trouble logging into Steam also, but to the game right now. So it's possible that some of you will be having that kind of problem. I'm hearing it from a lot of my guilds that not only are they unable to log in, but they're also unable to even, excuse me, I'm still getting over this cold. They're not even able to stay connected. Basically, what's happening is they're online and they get disconnected and then they can't get in, and it takes time after time after time to get in. So if you are currently connected, my suggestion is that you stay connected, because otherwise you may not stay connected. Do your best to stay on. Otherwise, you got issues. We all do. So I am currently putting up streaming notifications to people because I want them to know that I am currently streaming, which is just such a weird thing. Hopefully I am allowed to post in all of these places, but I don't really know because some people have this auto announcer and I don't yet, because I guess it's on their end and they have to add me. So far I don't really have that. It's just kind of a bummer. Okay. 24-hour potato-thon. Not really, no. I can't even stay awake that long. So, formerly known as Treebell. Treebell, hello! And, hi, Keely. Keely's awesome. Keely has become one of my good friends lately. She and I have a lot in common and we joke a lot. We both have a similar sense of humor. I haven't started looking at houses yet. Thank you, Everelia, for the follow. I watched myself yesterday and I realized that I was like doing that whole stereotypical girl thing. When you see a friend, you're like, oh my God, hi, Everelia, you know? And I realized that made me sound really stupid. So I'm trying not to do that today. This is only my third day streaming, and I wasn't even going to stream if Jay Hart was going to stream, because so many streamers do that, it's true. I can't be myself. Myself is a potato. Myself is boring. So I shall be less boring, or try to be less boring. Anyway, I'm trying to see what I got from my Ritz this morning that I still have in my inbox or in my bank so that I can list things later. But I think I got everything out. Potatoes are delicious. Potatoes are me. You know, in case you don't know. Hi, Flynn. See, I just did it. I just did it. I just did the high, squeaky, girly voice. I should knock that off. Because it's silly. So I was going to do what I did yesterday, which is look at one of my homes, show you one of my homes, and then I figured I would show you, look at some of your homes, because I've actually seen and reviewed a bunch of your homes. And hopefully I won't crash, because EU is down for maintenance, or going down for maintenance. Let me see. Keely says, I do it too. I even force it higher and a friend thinks I'm sucking on helium. Yeah. So I went and looked at some other streamers. Male streamers don't do it. I at least ones I've seen, and I was like, I'm not going to be a stereotypical girl. I'm not going to do that. Hi, Flim. Flim's awesome. I love Flim. Flimmy and I joke around a lot. Actually, that seems to be the whole thing that I do with a lot of you, is I just joke around constantly. So this is my Black Vine Villa. This is also a very old build. This was my first build that I wanted to do with EHT, and I wanted to do basically do all of the architecture over with EHT, and I kind of did. I liked it then. I'm not a fan now. This is, yeah, it would be fun to hear JR do that voice. So this is just one of the normal runes that you can add as an FX, and you can change the color and whatnot. And I added, see these little pink dots? These pink dots are like I think they're called fairy dust or something like that. I've seen other people do this where they take the pet, the flying pet, and have them hold up a lamp. And even though the pet moves around, I still think it's a cool effect. And then this was taken from, I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but they're basically redoing mods within Skyrim to make it, like basically redo it from the beginning. And I had seen some pictures of it, and I saw something like this, like a runed door. And I thought, that would be neat to copy. You get inspiration from all over the place, you know, good places, weird places. Oh, it looks like, I think, yeah, I changed this slightly. But this is the house with no effects on whatsoever. So, I mean, it's okay. But what I did is, and I've removed a whole bunch of it, so please forgive that. It used to have Iliad, I can't even say it, Iliad doors and stuff like that. But what I added here is an Iliad archway, which is also an effect. And what you do is if you put it over a doorway, it kind of looks like it goes. These flowers are effects. They're some of my favorite effects because, you know, just being able to put that in your ponds or whatnot looks really cool. And recently I saw somebody with real ones, but I guess you could do it with the fake ones too, just put little candles on them. And when you put candles on the lily pads, it looks so magical. It really is, and it's a great experience to try to look at other people's homes and see what you can borrow. This door is also from EHT, and originally all of the walls, this back wall is redone with EHT. This does not. Oh, I must have removed it. My apologies. The window is, the flowers are, the stained glass. The stained glass looks real. The stained glass actually looks to me like it belongs in the game. If you're one of those people who has real problems with how fake-ish it can look sometimes, don't worry about the windows because the windows look fabulous no matter what you do. I had originally redone all of the walls back here to something lighter and prettier, but I think I removed it because as I get better with EHT, I get like more annoyed with my old work. Which is like, don't do that. Leave it alone. Let it stand the way that it is. But, you know, I don't listen to my own advice. And this is also EHT, this tree, this Iliad tree design behind there. But one thing I still do like is this. This is jet flames from EHT, that effect. And if you put it coming out of things, it looks like, you know, like a Bunsen burner is blowing up or something. It's really cool. So this will be, you know, unless I run out of stuff to look at, I honestly think this will be the only house I show you of mine today, which is a small one, but I'm kind of going in order for a reason, to show you how I grew as a builder. And I know a lot of people are fairly new builders, and they're afraid. They're afraid that their stuff isn't going to be great. I have this problem where I want to write, and part of the reason why I build is because I want to start the creativity in me going again. Because I feel like I lost it in law school. It just got sucked out of my brain. So I wanted to become creative again, and I wanted to enjoy the creative process. So what I've learned is that it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. You're learning with each one. And when I write, I basically wanted it to be perfect. Everelia, I lost my love of reading in college. College didn't do it for me. I had to wait until I got to law school, and then it sucked out my soul. I stopped watching I don't watch television at all. It's not, there's not even one in my house. There's one in the, actually, and there's one in the basement for my husband. Hi, Flim. I'm doing great. Thank you. Basically, like, I stopped watching TV. I stopped going to movies. And I think that this had a major effect on my marriage because my husband at the time was a super movie nut. And he also, it was just bad. I turned into I felt like I was dead on the inside or numb on the inside. That's what law school did to me and being a lawyer. So this is literally, I shouldn't say literally because I'm using it wrong. This has actually been, and I'm 42, I graduated law school a long time ago. I stopped practicing in 2014. So this has been the first creative outlet that I have had ever since then. And so I'm pouring my heart into it. So when I was doing this, I was still a baby at it. I was still just playing with it, not really knowing what I was doing, copying ideas from other people because my own just sucked. Hey, Cranor. Hey, I didn't go up 10 octaves. Yay! Cranor Blackthorn. All of his homes have wonderful EHT in them. If you want to go see a fun usage of it, he has some really fun houses. Now, let me see something. Okay, let me tell you how insane I am. I go, and some of you have heard this. I've visited a ridiculous amount of houses. I have visited over 3,000 houses. And I keep lists. I didn't always, but in the last couple of months, I keep lists. And what I keep lists of are things that I really like. And I used to give them to Jay Hart and say, hey, go to this house or go to this house because they're amazing. Everelli, I'm going to one of your houses. I think if it's still there, I hope. I'm going to her Flaming Nicks. Am I blind? Where is the Flaming Nicks? Oh, there it is. Of course I'm going to your houses. See, I don't want to just show off my stuff. I want to talk about, oh, you killed it. I'm sad. I'm glad I took pictures of it. So, I still have pictures. No, it was this great pond with all of this wonderful life around it. There was movement and there was, it was just great. And Everelia you break my heart. Leave the stuff there. What about your Kragan home? Is that still there? I'm hoping, because I want to show, I also have that listed as something that I really, really liked. Your garden in the Kragan home. Can I show that? No? What have you been doing? Do you need money? I'll send you money. Keep your stuff alone. Okay. What about your Lunar Champion? Is that one left alone? Can I go and look at the glowy garden there? Or have you removed that too? Because I want to go to one of your homes. Gosh. You're not as bad as, who is that guy? Oh God, Skull Lord changes his stuff every single time. Which is the autumn one? Autumn Gate? Do you want to see me? No. I mean, I want to show off your fun work. I want to show you things that you like. that I like, that you like. I want to talk about fun things. Oh, mazes. Oh, good Lord. I'm not Jay Hart. I can't do those. I end up just basically standing around. Oh, okay, which house is it, Everelia? I basically end up standing around going in circles in mazes. Like, I never get through. They have to be stupid, easy mazes for me to get it. Is it not this one, Everelia? Because, like, I don't know if this was your autumn house or not. Because I just went to Autumn's Gate, not your autumn, whatever. Autumn you can look at, but Lunar Champ has my Falling for Fall contest. Okay. I'll just look at this because I know Jay Hart recently did the Falling for Fall, and although I'm sure I mean, I wrote it down, so it must be beautiful. Anyway, so I will look at this real quick. I always love, okay, I'm ridiculous. I'm going to tell you something. I keep track of all of these houses that have extra floors that don't exist because look at this. They're beautiful. You know, you get these amazing views and you're stuck. I mean, in Autumn's Gate, you basically have this teeny tiny little yard and then you go into the house and it's dark and, you know, it's not fun. But this, you have like this beautiful outdoor bedroom. Although, isn't Autumn's Gate in the Rift? So this person's probably really cold. He's sleeping outside. Lots of fur blankets, okay? Oh, I guess you blocked off the real house, which is good. Oh, it's a tree house, okay. I actually don't like the interior of Autumn's Gate, so the fact that you blocked it off is fine with me. Not enough people use these red bushes. I noticed someone recently would mix them with the green bushes, and it really makes the colors pop. It could be good for a Christmas build if you mix both. And let me see. Keeley, let me see what I'm allowed to show you because I keep two different lists. I keep one for ones that J Hearts looked at, and I'm one that J Hearts looked at because I'm ridiculous. Let me see who else is in chat. Keely O'Reilly and Flimtooth. All right, Keely, I'm gonna go to your main. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if you don't put things in the housing hub. This is what I'm talking about with the housing hub. If you get go to your closet. Where's your closet? Oh, in real life? Basically, even if you don't use effects, you should get this. You should get essential housing tools because a couple of things. First, it auto saves your builds. This has been a lifesaver for me when I've screwed something up so bad and you just need to start over. Do that. And then also it lets you move your builds. So if you have it in one house, oh, I'm so sorry, Kaylee. You're right. Macs don't work with it. In that case, what I do is I also have lists up of houses on the housing forums. So if you want to visit houses and get looks at them, that would be the way to go, is to go with a list. Let me see. Squirrel. I'm glad you're streaming now too, Stavity. I love seeing the houses and ideas. Me too. I'm gonna wait on Keely to tell me which house she wants me to visit, because she said a closet and I don't know which one that means. But I'm gonna show you, oh God, there's so many good ones on EU that I haven't, I can't show them to you because if I did, I wouldn't get back on again, which just sucks. Excuse my coughing here. But yeah, let me show you fun things. Lunar Champion is your maze. No, I don't want to go to maze. Okay, fine. Because you're watching, because I love you. Was it Hall of? Okay. I babble. I'm sorry I babble. I get distracted. My husband is telling me that he's going to help me put together a way that I can show screenshots, because I have so many screenshots saved of different ideas. And some of them are up on jheartspicyeconomics.com, and if you haven't seen it, I've been sorting into different categories for him so that he can see it. Is this you? This is you. Oh my goodness, look at your tail. Oh, you're all glowy. You look cool. Oh, you're monster. Oh, look at that. Oh, am I giving something away that I shouldn't give away? Is that for the contest? I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that's what I was looking at. I was just squeeing over it. Oops. That's still coming up. I'm sorry. Okay, should I dash on through this? Oh no, it was another one. Okay, good. Because I didn't want to spoil your entry for this upcoming contest in... Oh, I guess it's DDA. 10 octaves. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. I'm ridiculous. Okay, I'll follow you, but I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's cool. I like it. Where are you? Oh, there you are. I'm worse than J Heart with this. Oh, no! Oh, my gosh. Is this the never-ending story? The Swamp of Sadness. This made every child cry, I think, ever, from the never-ending story. It's when the horse just gave up and died. It's terrible. Hi, Fazaman. You know I have no idea what's going on in this game. Well, that's okay, because I am a potato. And then in this game, that means that I am basically terrible. But what I'm doing here is we're looking at housing. And so housing doesn't need to be, you know, technically great or know how to use the game all that well. So I'm looking at this thing that's going to eat me. I don't even know what mount that is. But anyway, is that the end or am I going? Okay, I'm following. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place. Yeah, so basically what I cover on this stream is housing, cool things in housing. I can't do a maze. What is that? And oh, it's the Oogie Boogie. I see it now. Oh my goodness. That's really good. So did you pick like just really scary scenes from movies and put them in? Like really terrifying things? What's this? What's the pottery wheel supposed to be? Like, is that part of Oogie Boogie that I didn't know? Ooh, I see pretty things. Okay, it's part of Oogie Boogie. Okay. I've only seen the movie like once. Like I said, I don't watch movies or TV. My creativity and my interest in fiction especially went out the window. It's depressing, but I don't want things manipulating my emotions that aren't real. Okay, I think I remember this from J Heart's stream. This was the one from Labyrinth, right? With the lady with all the stuff that ends up on her back that she's carrying around. Talk about have a lot of baggage. Yep, junk lady. Yes. Okay, I remember that. And then this is her bed, the girl's bedroom, right? I remember this portion. Okay. Yeah. I don't think he's released the winners yet. He said he was thinking about it, but he's having trouble. Yeah, he's having trouble even getting into. Did I go the wrong way? He's having trouble. No, I went the backwards. I'm sorry. He's having trouble even getting on at this point. So I don't think he's going to be streaming today, and I feel really bad about that. Okay, you'll have to forgive me. Oh, Jack Skellington. Okay. I see it. I definitely see it. It's a little avant-garde, and I like that. Scullard also does really avant-garde things, too. Is this a fart stick? Is this a witch fart stick? Because I don't see the green. Or is this just a regular witch statue? I can't tell. Because I love the fart sticks. I have them working in one of my homes right now, putting out gas. My Falling for Fall also. Okay, let me tell you a story while I'm following her around. What happened to me with Falling for Fall? I wanted to kill J Heart. No, it's not a fart stick. Sad. I wanted to kill J Heart just like everyone else. Yeah, the fart sticks. They're the witch totems that look like that, but they have green coming out of it. Oh, okay. Looks good, Keely. I like it. And it's it's got recognizable stuff for a person who doesn't even watch movies and TV. So yeah, it looks like that, and it has gas coming out. In fact, I'll show you. This is my favorite house ever. It's currently my primary. I am using a witch fart stick as the gas or as in the cloud of poison. And I'll show that to you. You won second place for this. Good. Wait, in Falling for Fall, did he put the winners up? I didn't even know. I thought he was still working on that this morning. Or is this second place for a different contest? Because I'll go check his site real quick and see if he put them up on the site. Okay, hold on. I'm going. My internet's being slow. Nope, he still has the schoolrooms up. Okay, so this is my Marnoth keep. This was my Falling for Fall, but generally it's my Halloween house. I built a town, and this is my most difficult build to date, and I'm not going to walk you all the way through it because I kind of wanted it to save until later. But a lot of EHT going on and a lot of other things going on. But I will go get the fart stick because I want to show you exactly what I mean. Because if you put it upside down, see this gas? Okay. Can I see her from in here? Sort of. So you see the gas coming out. There's the fart stick. I will pull it out so you can see it. You can kind of see it from here. It's an upside down witch's totem. If you put her upside down, you can use the gas, but otherwise, you know, she's just an ugly stick. And I don't really like her like that. So this is what happened to me with Zos. And you guys are going to it's going to blow your minds. I even have emails to confirm this. I contacted Zos to ask them if they could sell me one of the gas blossoms. I thought the best way to kill Jayheart would to be hide a gas blossom underneath here. And when he got close enough to look at the poison that was pouring in, right, that he would die, that it would set off the trap and die. In retrospect, it wouldn't have killed him because he was wearing his armor, and that's why a lot of you didn't end up killing him, was because he had his armor on, or you might have killed him. It sucked. So I contact them, and they tell me, yes, we'll sell it to you. We'll sell it to you for 1,500 crown gems. Not crowns. 1,500 crown gems. Okay, how many crown gems do I have? Like, I don't even know. Let me see. I have 275 crown gems. 1,500 crown gems? I mean, I was like, okay, this has to be a mistake. And when I looked up the original price, it was 100 crown gems. So they were wanted to charge me what, like 150% more or something like that? I don't know math. This is why I'm a lawyer. And I just was so upset that I ended up responding to them and asking, can you please clarify what you meant? 15,000? Yeah. I said, could you tell me if you meant crowns or crown gems? If you really meant 150,000 or 1,500 rather. I mean, that doesn't seem right. And they didn't answer me. And then I sent them something after the contest went, and I said, just cancel it. Never mind, because I don't need it anymore. You know, and that sucks because I really wanted to kill him. And so he was all disappointed when he got to the end of my build and I didn't kill him. And that was a bummer. You need a Porg emoji. I don't have any emojis set up yet. I don't have a lot of things set up yet. I am trying to learn how to do all of this, but at this point I'm just practicing. Treebell, Twin Arches. If you're still in here, are you in here, Treebell? Oh, that was 9 hours ago. I don't think you're in here anymore. Okay. Yeah, they're terrible at responding back, and it was my fault for waiting until the very end to go ahead and do that and try to get the trap. But the thing is I wasn't sure I was going to try to kill him. But I did, and, you know, I didn't, rather. I did decide to kill him, but it didn't work out. And it sucks. But I'm not part of the ZOS stream team, so I'm going to tell you the secret. They will sell you anything at any time. It doesn't matter if the house is not for sale. They will sell it to you. Just send them a request as put a ticket in. And then say, you know what, I missed buying the Pariah's Pinnacle or whatever. Would you be able to get that for me? And if you have enough crowns, yeah, they will, yeah, he would have died. They will sell it to you. I have never seen that not happen. So that is my suggestion to you. If you've missed out on a house and you really, really wanted it, I suggest you do that. Little secret you just learned. I think most of you probably knew that you could do that. That's why when people bash customer service, and I just did, but when people bash customer service, I feel like they have to tell the other side of the story, which is, yes, they may suck, but they also hook you up with stuff. And when we used to have the bank error, they always ended up returning it. You're 0 days old on knowing that, yes. So if there is something you really wanted, please go ahead and contact them about it. It is definitely in your best interests. I'm just going to another one of my homes because I'm all over the place. There is a contest on EU right now. For those of you, Flimmy, you're on EU too, right? Anybody who's on EU, there is a contest right now going on for Grimm's Fairy Tales. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with the forums, go to the forums.es. Wait, let me give you the exact address because I'm an idiot and I don't want to get this wrong. Okay, it's forums.elderscrollsonline.com, and you pick the English, and you know that should have EU and whatnot and us all put together. Okay, Flim. The thing is that they have a housing forum within there, and if you want tips, tricks to show off your stuff, if you want to know about contests, that's the place to go. And EU is currently having a contest for Grimm's Fairy Tales. So if you have a home there for Grimm's Fairy Tale, or you could make one, let me tell you about the contest. Oops, go away. Sorry, something just popped up. I'm really kind of disappointed that I couldn't enter, but I don't have any money. It's kind of a bummer. I don't have any money on that server. I don't remember which guild is doing it, but you'll find it there. Now, also in the housing forums, okay, let me finish my thought because I'm all over the place. This house is the three little Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So that's why I'm talking about Grimm's Fairy Tales, is because I already had one for Grimm's Fairy Tales, but I can't enter it because they won't do anything over here or allow me to. So here's my bees. I copied, there are some mead making honey things off in Vardenfell that I came across like 100 times. And I took a screenshot of them and I ended up copying them as best I could. And then the bees obviously are not real. Neither is the door. And that's an upside down Alinori, actually it's two of them, upside down Alinori wine thingers and a thatch top on top. I was really proud of that. A little too proud for all that it was. And then here we have Da Bears. See, this is one of those builds that would have looked fine without having any effects on, but it loses something. You know, it really loses something. And that's why I get depressed about it. Here's the bathroom. Breaking news, bees are not real. bees are dying out. So, we may get there. So here's the bathroom, because I started to agree with people who say there are not enough bathrooms in EHO because of ESO. Jeez. Just so you know, I have arthritis, and I'm going to say this in every single one. I have arthritis and I get brain fog. So I end up saying the wrong words or forgetting a word. And so if you can help me out if I say something wrong and just point it out, I really appreciate it. I won't be offended. So this would be the toilet, I guess. Old days, man. And I included the shell as a little bit of an homage to the movie, not Judge Dredd. Was it Judge Dredd? Oh, it's like when I watched movies, right? Demolition Man, where they used to joke about the fact that Sylvester Stallone didn't know what the 3 shells were when he went into the bathroom. They didn't have toilet paper. They had 3 shells. And so I noticed a lot of people have been putting the shells in the bathroom, and I think that is everybody's sort of doing a nod to Demolition Man when they do that. It could also be, those little shell soaps that people sometimes have out. I have little button soaps in mine, the little Guest button soaps. They're really cute. So, Papa Bear. I wanted to do the big bed, the big chair, and I sunk a bear into the bed. And then Mama Bear, okay, I'm going to be honest about Mama Bear. Mama Bear was almost a rug. She was almost a bear rug, flipped upside down and put it at an angle. Because I was a cheap jerk and I didn't want to buy another bear to mount because they suck to ride. They make me a little ill. They're like, when they try to run, I don't know if you guys have noticed, they're sucky mounts. And also that it's a reskin, it's just like the 50th reskin ever. It's really annoying. So I ended up buying Mama Bear because I just felt too guilty making her a rug. And here's Baby Bear saying, she broke my chair. And I used part of my bottom does this weird jig. Yeah, it does. When you're writing on it, you're right. And because you're not sitting down, your butt's like slightly up. That's funny. It's true. And then I put the poor little Guar in there. And then here's just the kitchen. And so here's the porridge that's too hot. This is the porridge that's too cold. And this is the porridge that's just right. I wasn't sure that people were going to get the too big, too mixed, too whatever, and too just right kind of thing going on. But that's what I was going for with that. Here is my sink. I think that moved because I had that right before. I sunk one of the and you can take this idea and use it. If they don't, what world are they living on? I don't know. One where they don't have Goldilocks. Feel free to take this idea. I took it from someone else. Okay, that's going to drive me nuts if I don't get it where it belongs. Okay, there you go. Basically, this is an Alinori fountain stuck into the wall with water coming down outside, and then one of those little dwarven, I don't know, you can get them like for 30 gold, little knobs or cogs, and you just stick it on the wall and it looks like it's part of a sink. If I were smart, I would have done a backsplash of some kind, but I'm not, so you could probably do a better job than me. So the question begs, where is Goldilocks, right? You have the 3 bears, you have all the stuff that she broke, but where's Goldilocks? Well, here's Goldilocks. She, maybe a little undead now. I still laugh at this. It's my own joke and I laugh at it. Because it's so sick. love it. Never think for a second I'm forgetting the mama rug. Neither does my husband. Oh my God, my husband, who doesn't even play ESO, he brings it up all the time. He's like, you almost made the mama bear rug. But Goldilocks didn't make it out. And Goldilocks is a little undead now. And I did this using the, there's that grave that we get with the I think it's for sale right now, actually. The Halloween set for furnishings. Let me see if it has the grasping grave. Bundled. I don't know if you know you could do this. When you go in to look at the crown items, I only learned this recently. You can right click and then look at bundled details. And then you can preview everything that is in there. And I didn't know that for the longest time. I just thought I had to look at pictures on the internet or whatnot. But here is what I used, the grasping grave. And I just stuck her in a closet. And there she was. I mean, she's trying to get out, but you know, I don't need the dirt portion. It doesn't really quite work. I like this set. There's enough good stuff in this set that it is worth getting if you can afford it. If you can, if you want to do it with gold, which you can do now, instead of with crowns, I highly recommend, and I'm going to push them even though I get nothing out of it, the Crown Exchange. They have a Discord that you can join, and one for EU and one for NA, and you can buy your, you can exchange with them gold for crowns. Now, the reason why I like them a lot is because they insure your deal. If you get a scammer, they have money put aside to restore you back to what you ended up with. They vet their sellers as best they can, and they use a broker who, all of these people do this voluntarily. They don't get anything out of it. They use a broker who will come and you give, it's essentially escrow. You give your money to the broker, the person sends the items to you, and then as soon as you get the notifications, you let the broker know and the broker gives them their money. And it's smooth. It sounds like it's complicated, but it's really smooth. And I have had great experiences with them, mainly because it's when I want it. I don't have to go around asking people, hey, will you sell me crowns or whatnot? It's insured, so I don't get taken. And I don't feel bad about it. Like, I hate asking guildies, because here's what guildies do. Can I link that to you in Discord PM? Happily. I will do that. After the stream, I'll do it. They're great. I'm really not getting anything out of this. I'm just doing it because I like them. Alright, so like guildies will sell or ask, and this is going to sound terrible, but they're going to, sorry for the truck. They will sell you stuff for like 125 or 150 gold per. And I know a lot of us are looking for the best deals, but crowns should be worth more than that. I have the money. I feel like they're getting ripped off when it's at 120, 125 or whatnot, because that's ridiculous. And I have to say, because of the demand, TCE I think usually charges 200. They may be up to 225 right now per. But I feel like if you're always whittling your guildies down, you're not really a good guildie, right? So I try not to do that. Even if I end up trading within my guild, I'm like, no, I'm giving you the standard price, the 225. I am not going down to 150 for you, because, you know, I don't sell, I buy. I've never sold crowns. But that's just the way that I work, because it's like, it matters more to me that the crown sellers, who are especially ones in my guild, get the value that they should be getting rather than me getting, some sort of wicked deal or something like that. And I know a lot of us don't have the gold, but gold isn't that hard to come by. And it's my own personal morality, and I don't judge people who try to get the lowest and best deal possible, but, I that's just how I am. I'm a weirdo. So back to the story of contests right now. I'm sure a lot of you follow J. Hart Ellis. I've met most of you at J. Hart Ellis, and there's the contest that just ended was Falling for Fall, and as far as I know, he has not yet announced the winners. But that was a really cool contest that I kind of came up with half of it, and then he came up with the best part of it. It costs real money. People should get the most for what they spend. That's my opinion, Keely. It's like, especially if you're my guildie, because I care about my guilds. I care about my guildies, like genuinely care. And so it bothers me to give them, 125 when they should be getting 225 as the current value. So that's why I do that. So Falling for Fall was an idea I had where I told J. Hart that we should kill him. I thought it would be fun if we killed him. I think it would be a great idea. And so that was the way we started. And then he ended up actually, you know what, I'm going to look at seeing if there's any new homes in the hub right now. So I wanted to kill J. Hart. That's all me. I apologize. And, this is a new one. Thea LaFay. Let's go look at that. This is how I spend my mornings normally. I open up the hub and I look at all the homes that I haven't seen yet and go and visit them and let people know that I care. The worst thing about building is when you break your back building something and no one cares. You can't get anyone to go. Nobody wants to see it. And it's like nobody appreciates it. And I want people to know that I appreciate them. I'm going to take the time to look at their home and their hard work and their artwork. And I want them to know that I care. Let me see. Everelia. It's because he dies so much in Taurus. It's as if we tried intentionally. I know. But that was the idea. I wanted to kill him. So he ran with that idea, and he came up with, some of them are going to be also, some of them were just pretty autumn scenes. And I thought that was brilliant, because you never knew if he was going to die or not. And most of us ended up not killing him, so thank you to those of you who figured out how to kill him, because that was good. This is neat. I never know what to do with these flowers. These are those flowers on a stem. They're a luxe item. And they look weird in a garden, and they look weird in a vase, but they fit pretty good in here. I hate to say it, but they almost look like urinals, decorated urinals. I don't mean to be but that's awful, isn't it? Actually, you know what? I like it better down here. It looks less urinal-y. I also love these incredible mushrooms, which are Crown Store. And it kills me that they're Crown Store because I would have them everywhere. So it looks like this person took, what is this, Domus? Where am I? I don't even know where I am. Yeah, anyway. Whatever house I'm in, I think it's Domus. She or he took the garden and made it beautiful. See, that's the witch's tub. That also is a crown item only. And the only place I've ever, my map add-ons, oh my god, I know. I got a ton. The only place I've ever seen this in real life, like out in the wild, is there's one in Malabator just sitting there. Like right off of one of the way shrines, there's just this one Malabator witch's thing. And it has, you can't really tell because she has other lights, or she or he. I think it's a she because Thea LaFay. Um, she has that crystal in there, so it's hard to tell, but it has this blue, purple, green light. You have one and you don't really know what to do with it. I know. It's kind of, I have a feeling ZOS felt the same way. I have a feeling they made it, they had an intended use, but then didn't use it that way, which is just okay. Because it's sort of odd, but I think it's pretty. I would get it if it was not crown. Oh, I should say what's going on with my add-ons. If you notice over here, you'll see that my guilds are scanning and that it says 0.4% right now for most of them. What's going on is that since ZOS throttled the data download to add-ons, you know, basically we got screwed as sellers, any of you who are also sellers, and MM, a lot of people think that MM is broken because they'll log in and they'll see that this whole portion is blank. And it's not, or it won't show their most recent sales, which I know mine isn't showing my most recent sales. The reason is because it downloads all of the information before it shows it to you. So it won't show it to me until it gets to 100% in that particular guild. And the way to know what percentage it's at is go into settings, add-on, go to master merchant, and set it to verbose 4. Don't go to 5 because then you'll get all the debug information that you don't need and it's spammy. Anything less than this isn't helpful. So verbose 4 is what you want to do. And then it'll give you this information. It'll tell you what percentage MM is at in scanning your guild. And it's going to take forever. What you can do is you can go into guild. You could look at your guild history and then go to sales and all, and you scroll down like this to the bottom. Well, you can use the little scrolly thing. And then you hit the see this show more, you hit that, and it goes back even further. And if you do that while you're doing, especially if you're doing MM missing, which is the command you need to have it look back to see if it's missing any sales. I usually do it once a day since they throttled the data. Basically, that's what's going on, and that's how you speed it up. If you just sit here and go through it, I've been told you can get all of your data within like 15 minutes. I never bother. I just let it do its thing because I'm on so often that I figure, you know, whatever. I wasn't expecting the light to go so far up with that witch's basin. Yeah. I don't know because I don't have it. I think it's really pretty though. Let me close this out so you don't have to see this. So you'll see this scanning, and I apologize for that. I may make this smaller so you don't have to see it. But I recommend that to all of you who use MM, which I'm assuming most of you do, because in order to do housing, you must have a lot of money if you want to do something exciting with it. And although you can do things with cheap items, J-Heart has tried to show that, but I think let's face it, like it costs a lot of money to do it all out. And so a lot of us are in trade guilds just to feed our addictions when it comes to doing that, doing decoration. And so we're inside here. I don't even know where that's from. I'm assuming that that is from one of the Undaunted. I don't know if the Undaunted are the plaques or the dungeons are the plaques, and I don't know which ones are the busts. But I only have one bust, so whatever. The contest that's coming up, we finished talking about Falling for Fall, but the next contest that's coming up is the Housing or Bust Build Challenge, and that's with J-Heart. And he wants you to create something with only dungeon and trial busts and trophies. So Undaunted dungeon rewards in general, Undaunted busts, and FX should not be a major visible component of the build. So I can't enter because I don't have that. I've never really been a dungeon runner, and J Heart's been kind, and he has offered anyone who needs specific stuff that he would run them through dungeons and get them their busts and their plaques and whatnot so that they could build things. But I'm just gonna sit this one out because it's just not for me, and that's okay. I like what they did here with the mixture of the flower colors, you know, making it multiple, and of course the butterflies are nice. Um, these are all in the open houses section of the hub for EHT, and I just every morning go in there and pull them up. So, oh, let me give you the date on that. October 13th, which is coming up fast, is when you have to do the bust contest by. And top 3 builds Goofy and top 3 builds Serious. Spoopy. Do you mean spooky? Or am I not knowing a word? So basically, if you want more information, like I said, go on the forums. The contest after that is the pumpkin decorating contest. And he recommends working with the winter squash because he's talking about the tiny pumpkin, not building a pumpkin out of pumpkins, which I tried to do. You know, you could probably take a whole bunch, stick them together, and make one giant pumpkin, but he doesn't want that. He only wants one pumpkin. So you're working on a really fine level, which kind of is depressing to me because like I said, I have arthritis, and it's really next to impossible for me to do that, you know? And I gave you I saw that. Yes, thank you. I actually did not go with it though. It was a brilliant idea, I admit, but when I started to try to make it, I realized I couldn't, you know? It was just not something that I could do. I was really bad at it. So, sorry. I couldn't come up with a way to do it. Flimtooth. Spooky with a goofy touch, yes. I did make a pumpkin. I didn't use effects because I felt like it would be kind of... Oh, my lord. Do you guys see this? I'm like staring at it. I told JR I had a list of dirty houses. And this one's going on it. I knew there were 48 messages were deleted by a moderator. You couldn't have spammed 48 times. That's bizarre. Oh my god. Wow. That's automatic, so I didn't like end up blocking you on purpose. Treeville, morning to you too. You just missed the my accidentally... Oh, it deleted everything? Oh, that's crap. Will they let her talk again? It says, how do I remove that? I don't want her to be banned. Uh-oh. How do I do that? Alright. I'm sorry, Keely. I don't know how to do this. Let me do it from the stream itself. That's awful. I don't know why Nightbot did that. Screw you, Nightbot. Oh, my lord. Nightbot, you suck. spam protection. Bad bot is right. It doesn't let me. Wow. And I'm clearly the mod. If any of you know the command to unban her. Yeah, that's true, but I don't want people to sit here and have to wait for me to try to figure it out. You know? I feel kind of bad. Does anyone stream and know? I can't. I try to click her name and nothing comes up. I did try that. Let me see. I tried doing it in the stream overlay, so let me try doing it. This is annoying. You know, this stuff is really much harder than it appears to be. Keely O'Reilly. All I did was add emojis and it banned me. She just messaged me. I'm trying to figure out how to stop it. Click her name. Maybe it's just as simple as unban. Yeah, apparently Nightbot just randomly kills people. No, that didn't work. I don't think it worked. That's lame. I want to unmod Nightbot. Hopefully that'll bring her back. Hopefully that worked. I need to print out like all of the commands. I can't figure it out, Keely. I don't want to take up everyone's time with me being stupid. Hey, you could talk again. Okay, that's the important part. Now that you could talk again. I thought that it had completely like banned you permanently. And I was really upset. But it didn't. So you're back and I'll figure that stuff out later. But I really think this house was like totally pretty and I was like soothed into unexpected, you know, solace, not really thinking that anything was bad and that I had to worry about anything, and then I come across, you know, this. Oh my Lord. I hope I don't get in trouble for showing that. That's hysterical, okay? I can't help myself. That is hysterical. Oh my God. So that was Thea's house. Thea _LaFay. Unexpected penis is unexpected. So what sucks about this is all of these homes have been in the hub for a long time, but they don't have the permissions set properly, so I can't go and visit them. And it's like, why do you do this to me? Why do you put your houses in here and I can't visit them? It sucks. So I've talked to Cardi about that, and he said he doesn't even have the time to try to figure out why it does that. But Gorinier is pretty big, so I'll probably wrap up after Gorinier. Gorinier is probably the best property you can get in terms of creative, crazy builds that you want to do amazing things with. You know, I've seen people cover it entirely in snow. As a new person, what do I need to do with permissions? Oh, okay. I'll tell you. Generally, I use either limited visitor. Wow, somebody here. Mesmer, the person who made it. I either use limited visitor. I will, Tribble. Actually, I'll just go here really quickly so I can show you what I was talking about, and then I'll go back to Mesmer's house or something. Later, maybe. Basically, there are multiples. The problem is there's a bug. And Zos is aware of the bug. And there are actually videos of the bug in process. So a lot of times what you'll do is you'll exit out of where you select permissions, and it'll stay at the place, like here. This explains it a little better. Here's the tab for the permissions, okay? This is, I do not want to make this my primary residence. This is no access right now because I guess I felt like I was embarrassed for people to see it. But what I'm going to do instead is show you how this works. Limited visitor. If I chose to make this limited visitor, it means that people can come to your house, but they can't turn on and off lights. If you have something that ends up opening and closing, like a jester's box, they can't open and close it. So a lot of times when J Heart goes and visits houses, he wants to open the jester's box and he can't, and it's not what it was intended because people put it on limited visitor and didn't realize that they were turning off things like that. So generally I leave them on visitor, which, even the mouse over tells you other players can visit this house and interact with everything. And that's okay if you don't mind somebody turning off all your lights and being a jerk. Look at that. It just completely defaulted to no access without me even touching it. This is crazy. Wow. I'm putting it back to visitor. Now watch this. If I go to another part of these tabs and go back, about half the time this reverts to no access. Even if I never had it at no access, this reverts. And sometimes if you go out of it entirely and you go back in, you'll find that it's reverted. So it's probably a good idea every time you visit any of your homes. Bye, Meg. You crack me up. Whenever you visit one of your homes, it's probably a really good idea to check your permissions on it because it changes on its own. And Zos is aware. Zos is perfectly aware that is a bug, and in theory they're working on it. Maybe Cardi, now that he's part of Zos itself, will be paying attention to that, because there's a couple of bugs with housing, and that's probably one of the worst. The real worst is things disappearing, and it does happen. People think that it's human error or whatever, it's user error, but it's not. I've had friends who have lost literally everything in their home just by logging in, logging out, come back, and there's nothing in their home. It happened to someone, Bayushi, go missing, and it ended up being that, the Zos actually restored everything she had in her house because it went missing. That's a bug. That's not you just imagining it. What's nice, though, is, I don't know if you guys know how, but if you go into, and I'm sure most of you know this, but when you go into the housing section, which you hit F5 and it comes up, there's this section called Retrieve. And if you stuck something through a wall by accident and you can't get it back, this is what you use. You just look at this and you click it, and I apologize for the truck noise again, and it'll come back into your inventory, or you can modify it, or you can put it away, or anything like that, and that's how you get those back. There is another way in EHT itself for you to find items that may have gone missing. I usually just set this to single item. Now, all items by distance. So I'm selecting everything by distance. So you could look and see, you know, did I stick this off in no man's land? Like, did I do a build and somehow it ended up in nowhere's land? Well, here's the furthest thing. So you can do sort by all items by distance, and that's usually helpful. Another way you probably could do it is by radius. If you got something stuck in a wall, for example, here's radius. And let me tell you, radius is amazing. So you want to select items by radius, right? So you press your hotkey. Here you go. You have something. And then you move it such that, yeah, this was probably not a good choice because it's not showing it properly. Let me pick something a little less weird. Does that work? Yeah. Now you can see it. So this is radius. So I've selected now just these 2 items. Actually, it tells you 3 items will be unselected. Use the mouse to extend the radius. So you can make this radius as big or as small as you want. And then if you hit your button again, now you see all of them are selected. All the things that I had wanted to be selected are selected. So I'm assuming if something is stuck in a wall, maybe like this ivy, it'll still select it even if it's outside of the, you know, normal being able to grab something, because EHT can see it. Also, another thing is you should set a hotkey to clear selected items, and it's just good practice to clear your selected items because otherwise things can get wonky. And I do have one of those set. I use the brackets, so now I have turned off the radius. Okay, let me see what's going on. I had so much missing in my house. They didn't restore it. They gave me crowns for it. And Schottenjäger. I've had crafting stations move a little bit on their own, then no one could use the station till the homeowner put the slightly levitating item back on the floor. They've been working on that. What happens with that is the house loads and the things in it load at different times. So, for example, if you're at a house with stations, a lot of times the station itself will load before the floor does. Isn't that crazy? You know, I don't know what their system is for loading, but that's what happens. And so because it doesn't think that it's on a floor, and because there is no floor, it checks for it when it loads, it won't work. So you end up having to move it just even slightly, and it'll work fine because then it sees the floor. So what EHT does, yeah, Zanmir is the problem, PyMag. I've heard at least 3 or 4 people telling me now that Zanmir is. Thank you, Woven. I appreciate it. Thanks for the follow too, and also for PyMag for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm almost done. I promise. So what happens here is, you know, this will load, and then the floor will load after. So the way to fix this is in EHT. I think it's a default setting now. When you log in and everything's loaded, you'll notice all of the tables will just pop up just slightly and then pop back down. That's Cardi fixing that bug. So if you have Essential Housing Tools installed, every time you go into a house with lots of tables, it'll fix them all. So hopefully that's some sort of solution. But since he's now working for them, maybe he'll install some sort of solution like that so that they don't have that problem anymore. But show you something. I don't know if it let me do that or not because sometimes I'm really lagged. Oh, I can't spell. No, AUT guild. This is one of my guilds, guild houses with all the tables and whatnot. And this will be where I wrap it up. Something happened. Well, I've read a bunch of people saying that Zanmir is a problem. Walls in Zanmir go missing. Bayushi's entire furnishings went missing. I know people have lost some weird things. There's a painting that duplicates itself, and suddenly all of your other paintings are now that painting, which is insanity. That one I will, in a future episode, I'll try to remember which one it is, but it takes over. Isn't that crazy? A painting that takes over your paintings. But it does. Yeah, I've seen evidence. So what happened to us is, and I wonder if it's noticeably gone, is out of all of these tables, and I believe they have every single table there is to have at AUT, there is one hole, one missing, because it went poof. And no one removed it because the only person with any decorator permissions was Sylvia Moon, or rather AUT Guild. It was Sylvie using AUT Guild, and she's the only one who did anything with it, and she didn't remove it. Plus, when she talked to Zos said, we have no record of anyone interacting with that particular table for months. So they have that information. So she said, look, it's obvious it disappeared. She had sent them photos. Maybe she's replaced it already. I don't know. But she's like, why would I make this up? There's one table missing out of all these tables. You think I'm going to scam you out of one table? It's ridiculous. So just vanishing. And people with decorator permissions. Hey, Xanasis! Ooh, Xanasis is awesome. Great houses. Go check them out. But, you know, people with decorator permissions. God, I'm having so much trouble. Bye, Pie Mag. See you later. I'm almost done anyway, so I'll catch you later. Can't even remove items out of the house anyway. Decorators can move things around, but decorators can obviously decorate. I think they can even... I don't think that they can bring items in because somebody gave me permissions in their house and I wasn't able to put any items that I wanted to give them down. So I think you even have to give the items that you want them to put down to the owner of the home in order to even have them to work from. So there's no way that somebody walked off with this table. It would have had to have been AUT Guild, the character, and that did not happen. So, you know, multiple instances in which items just literally go poof and are not stuck in a wall somewhere, and they're not, you know, they were right there and they've never been touched even for months, but just poof. It's really annoying, and it irritates me that this kind of problem is still happening, and it's practically denied by Zos. Like they don't really want to admit that that's what's going on. And I'll probably never be in the stream team because I talk about this stuff, and that's just gonna be how it is because I'm not gonna BS you guys. I'm gonna tell you the truth about what problems there are, and keep track of what you own. The best way to do that is make a save with EHT. Go in here, select all items, and then just create a new selection. You know, name it and save. And then you have a list of everything you had. And there's a way, and I haven't done it yet, so I can't tell you how, but there's a way for you to get a list printed out for a document from EHT that you can send to ZOS that they take at its word, because it's not an editable document by us, that shows all of the items you had in your house. So it's basically evidence that you had this item and it went missing, and this stuff is happening. So it is wise for you, if for nothing else, get EHT. If you're, I'm sorry, if you're on Mac, it won't work. Install it. Make sure you make saves often. Make sure that you kind of keep it on in your mind, the really important stuff that you had, because I'm sure stuff has gone missing for me and I haven't even noticed. You know, that's terrible, but it's true. Anyway, I'm wrapping it up. This is such a pretty view. I hope I was at least somehow helpful. I showed you a couple of my homes. I showed you some other homes, and if you guys show up in future times, I will be happy to go through your houses and show off things that I've noticed. I do have lists that I keep, and I'm trying to stream every day when J-Heart isn't streaming, because there's this big gap during the day when no one's talking, and sometimes you just want something in the background, you know, and I'm willing to be that one in the background. So I appreciate it. And the follows are all I want. You don't need to sub. Following is just wonderful. So thank you. You guys are the best. It touched my heart that all of you came to watch. And Flimmy, I love you. And I will see you all soon. Okay? Thanks again. And I'll try to figure out Nightbot and see what the heck it's doing. Sorry about that. All right. Talk to you guys soon. I am going to be out now. Later.